Jitney actually Monte was in the original when August first got it together. It was a play. It was a one-act play at one time. And after August decided about doing the cycle, he said, well, let me pull this play out that I wrote a while back in the 70s, and boom, it's Jitney. Now, he had to add a few things to it, but it became what it is today. Members were like, what's a Jitney? And I think a lot of people in a lot of cities, I'm from Buffalo, New York, and we had our element of taxi cabs that wouldn't go to the east side. That's Buffalo's black neighborhood. And so in Pittsburgh and Cleveland, Chicago, places like that, they have independent cab companies that aren't really sanctioned by the city, but they're a group of guys that got together, like Becker put them together to be that Jitney station to provide service, car service to the black neighborhoods, because a lot of the regular cab companies won't go there.
Also, having grown up in Pittsburgh, you don't leave your house unless you have 2 or 3 Jitney station numbers in your pocket. I mean, because you don't know when your last bus may leave. You may, your bus line may have been cut, and so the Jitney numbers are your backup. You know, sometimes it's let's go in halfway for Jitney. Some stations are more than others. Some don't go on a particular, particular section of the city, but you always have 2 or 3 in your back pocket. And if you're a guy who needs a little side hustle, second gig, you drive the Jitney, and you set your own prices, you set your rules, and I still know countless friends that are Jitney drivers.
Right. So. What I found too when I was there, like after hours sometimes, I would be hanging out a little later, and Mark Suther's my friend, and he couldn't pick me up. He said, hey, call, got this number, good call that, make it right, and so that's kind of another way it works too. It's convenient sometimes.
My experience with Jitney driving, it's not so much that, well, it'll go in areas that white cab drivers won't go. It was just like black folks said, this is a business. We can tap into this, And I don't know of any black person in Pittsburgh who said, do I do a Jitney or a cab? It's like, I'm black, I'm calling Jitney. Simple as that. That's our business. That's how we support ourselves. So I don't ever remember it being a situation where nobody will go up here. It wasn't that kind of thing.
Well, I guess that's the difference.
It was just our business.
That's the difference probably from Pittsburgh and a lot of places, because I know in Chicago, it is that they won't come to the south side or the west side.
Most definitely.
So you have to get a ride.
But I think we made a choice. We chose to support that black business as opposed to either or. It's like, of course that's the brothers. Of course we got.
That's what I'm saying. That's the unique thing about it.
Even though it still may have been a dangerous area, it's still, we gonna go with the brothers.
Right. Also draw the voice of a lot of my friends that I grew up with, and a couple of them were taxi cab drivers, not Jitney drivers, but taxi cab drivers, and alcoholics as well. And so I draw from their experience and their voice as well. And most specifically, most directly, I draw from August Wilson's voice, because I believe, as Ron O.J. was saying, and I truly confer with you, those words that August Wilson was writing are very precious. You know what I mean? Because I truly believe that this man, and I don't like to put myself as no authority, but I truly believe that he's possibly a genius. And I give respect to that. And I think that those words that he wrote in all of those plays, you should pay particular attention to and give respect to them as we give respect to Shakespeare's writing. I truly believe that.
We always joke backstage that my dressing room is the party room. There's always about 3 or 4 in there. What you doing? What you up to? But it's fun. They're an incredible group. I think you were talking earlier just about this experience of having so many black men together. When the first time I read the play, and I saw there were 8 black men, and I got cast. I was like, oh my goodness, it's since I moved to LA, I haven't been here that long. Sometimes I don't see 8 black men in one place. Much less I'm going to be working with these men, and they're talented, and they're black, and they're strong, and they're smart. So it's amazing for me. And I practiced law. I went to law school.
Harvard.
Yeah, I went to Harvard undergrad and studied English literature, and then I went to the University of Chicago Law School, and I practiced at a big corporate law firm in Chicago doing mergers and acquisitions. And very quickly I learned that that wasn't for me. I've been acting since I was very young, but I always looked at it as an extracurricular activity. I said, I'm a corporate person, and that's what I'm going to do, and I had everything planned. And then I got exactly what I said I wanted, and then realized that was not at all what my heart wanted, what my soul wanted. So I felt like I had no choice, really, but to follow, my artistic goals. So I really feel like it wasn't a choice.
I mean, a lot of these themes can be universal. I mean, a relationship between a man and his girl and those struggles, that's universal. People catch that. A relationship between father and son. I mean, so it's like down the South Coast, it was predominantly white audiences, but a lot of them be very keen, and sometimes if they're quiet or if they're loud, they do get it and they're with it, and I do think that's a testament to what August has put on paper. And I would say, to me, the audience is the other character, so absolutely it definitely feeds you. Not that you're playing to them, but it's one of the things I love about doing theater is the different processes that you go through, from the table read to getting on your feet to being off book to getting on the stage and then having costumes and then the audience. I mean, it's just like kind of raises, everything just gets elevated each time. So.
White woman down at South Coast Rep, and she was so excited about the language, of course, and she spoke about, the love relationships and the father-son relationships, all the things that are universal. And she also said, she was like, there's some things that are foreign to me, but I'm so into it and I want to know more about it. And she was just so hungry for it. So the things that maybe she didn't understand, her interest was piqued. I mean, she was so into it. So maybe there are some little things that are particular to Black culture that people from other cultures won't get, but I think the overall experience is so wonderful and so amazing that,
And I always pray that somebody leave differently than when they came in. That's my prayer, because we don't know what that is. It could be a boyfriend, girlfriend situation that might help somebody say, I'm not going to hit my girlfriend anymore. I'm not going to be abusive to my mate anymore.
A lot of fathers and sons.
Fathers and sons, yeah. Yeah, that's basically what I like to, it's pretty much ambiguous, however you leave. When you come, I hope you leave differently by the performances that are here.
That's one of the reasons why I got into acting, because we have this way to touch people. So I just hope that people would leave having an emotional experience, whatever that is. As human beings, we have the right to feel, and I think sometimes that gets day to day in society, going to work, the mundane, I don't want to say the dullness of life, but I think theater is what can spark whatever that is.
I say